Guys, just in time for the playoffs, we're gonna make some drunken griddle nachos coming up. Now, if you're like me and you're someone that has a lot of barbecues, you're always making some pulled pork, you got some smoked chicken, I always have leftover meat. So this actually came to me a few years back. We were over at my friend Josh and Bethany's house, right? The Cookie Cop and Babe. You've seen them on YouTube, you've seen them at my house. We had some leftover pulled pork, we had some cheese, we had some chips, we had a ton of drinks in us. We combined it all to make some drunken griddle nachos. Okay, so there's not much to this one, but it is a great game day dish, especially if you have a griddle, right? You have plenty of room to heat up the chips, you have plenty of room to heat up the beans, the cheese, the queso, all that stuff. Reconstitute that meat a little bit with some beer. that's how we're gonna do it. Got some beer, got some barbecue sauce. We're gonna get things moving and grooving. Okay, guys, just trust me, there's not a whole lot better than some drunken griddle nachos, and I'm gonna prove it to you right now. All right, so let's go ahead and fire up my Pit Boss, and let's get started. All right, guys, we're on the griddle right now. Let's start this party, get a freshie going. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is melt this queso. So I have the two burners on the right over here, on low, not firing anything crazy up right now. So our queso has little Velveeta, little Oaxaca, and some Rotel. I'm gonna add a little sweet heat from my buddy Daddy Dutch BBQ in there. Just a little bit, little dab will do you. And then we're gonna add about a half a beer in there. I'm making our drunken nachos right here, baby. And I am using a metal pan here, but it is, we're not going crazy on this, don't worry about it. Get it all kind of mixed up, break it down a little bit, let that cheese start melting, mix it in with that beer. All that good stuff. Yeah, so we'll put this off to the side up in the corner. Just let it do its thing. As the griddle gets hotter, we have the left side off and this third burner off. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the chips over there so the radiant heat starts kind of heating up my chips. And we're just using some Tostitos. You guys have a favorite chip you like to use? Whatever you like. Okay. And as these kind of heat up, I'm gonna add just a little bit of Oaxaca on there. Start melting it so it starts kind of sticking together. We're gonna try to make one big chip here. We still have quite a bit to do here, so it's just gonna be a nice slow melting on there. Okay, as far as our proteins go, we have some leftover pulled pork. So we're gonna get that on that griddle. We have some leftover smoked chicken. That's going on. As we're bringing these back up to temp, adding some extra flavor. Got a little Cosmos barbecue sauce on there. Just a little bit. Just add a little bit of extra flavor in there. And for the liquid, I'm gonna add a little beer on. Let it kind of start steaming that meat, melting whatever fats are going on in there. Since we're digging the heat, let's go ahead and add a little sweet heat from Daddy Dutch in there. I'll put a link down below to Daddy Dutch BBQ for the channel. I would just give these a little mix and mix. And it really doesn't matter if the pork and the chicken, get entwined in each other. Obviously it's all going together, so don't stress about that. Get all those flavors working. Now I'm showing you what I used in the ingredients for this, but really, they're nachos, guys. You can make them however you want. Don't have to be like mine. Make them your own. You give these a nice little bit of time to kind of fry up. The good flavors going, mixing together. All right, guys, this is kind of where we're about ready to throw everything together. Now, the ingredients I use, the queso is my same queso that I always use, that I always make on my videos. It's got can of Rotel, about a 16-ounce block of Velveeta, about a cup of Oaxaca cheese, Daddy Dutch's seasoning, about a half a can of beer, so 6 ounces. Okay, so that's kind of what my go-to for a queso. So you can use that if you want, or whatever recipe you have. And again, any of the meats that you would like to use for this, you could obviously griddle up already, or you could have, use your leftovers, whatever you guys want to do. So the proteins are up to you. I'm gonna throw some olives. I got some guac. I got some pico on there. Not a fan of sour cream, so I'm gonna leave the sour cream off. But if you dig it, you do you. All right, make these your own. It's easy as can be, okay? So we're about ready to throw everything together. Our queso's nice and melted and come together, but that's it. Guys, you know what, let's do that. Comment down below who you're rooting for the Super Bowl, and then comment down below what you like to do with your nachos. And have you ever made Drunken Griddle nachos? I mean, it's a good time. The only thing that's making this a little off for me making this video is I'm not, you know, 4 or 5 whiskeys in while doing it. I'm actually stone cold sober. So, you know, it's a little different doing it in the daylight, and, you know, don't have Josh chirping at me over my ear and handing me drinks, but that's okay. You know, I want you guys to experience this too. So maybe next time we'll do it, you know, half late. Okay. If y'all are finding this entertaining and somewhat helpful, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, that bell next to it so you get alerts on all what we're doing. And of course, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Helps in the algorithm, gets us out to them people. All right, let's get back to that griddle. The queso's melty. I'm gonna add some black beans to the counter here. Added some black beans in there to warm through. Now, basically, we're gonna take that and combine it with that, and then we'll pour over the cheese on top. This is not a pretty dish by any means. This is what comes together when you've been drinking all night long and you need something to sop up that alcohol, okay? So, chicken and pork, nice done through. Let's go ahead and get our chips over here, and we're just gonna start combining. And you know my dog's over here getting ready to get himself whatever flies off the griddle. Okay, so those chips have been nice and warm through. The cheese in there has been melting a little bit, looking good. This way we're getting coverage on all the chips, we're getting flavor on all the chips. And it's just gonna be amazing. Now it's time to get that queso on. Guys, this is not a pretty dish, like I said. It looks like it needs some over there too. I like olives on my nachos. You guys can leave that off if you like. That cheese is bubbling up over there. I'm gonna turn off that griddle, or that burner. All right, then we're gonna add a little pico to it. A little bit of cilantro over the top. If you're one of those people that don't like cilantro, don't add it. Or if you think it tastes like soap. But there's the dish right there. That is a thing of beauty, folks. Actually, it's not. It's pretty damn ugly, but you know it's gonna taste damn good. All right, y'all, we're done. Got me a big old bite here with a little bit of everything on it. I couldn't wait to talk about it. Cheers, y'all. Guys, I mean, what's not to love? Nachos with smoked pork, smoked chicken, that barbecue sauce, a little bit of beer in there, baby. Oaxaca cheese, that queso. It's just amazing, okay? If you don't happen to have a griddle to do Drunken Griddle nachos, use a cookie sheet, throw it in the oven, 350 degrees. It'll get you where you want to be, okay? Other than that, guys, we're done. Listen, I hope you guys have a great end of the football season, or if you're watching this next year, the start of the football season. Whatever you guys do, celebrate responsibly. Cheers to you, as my brother T-Roy used to say. All right, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for grilling with CJ. Cheers.